Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Live from Rythmia. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud cover, palm trees, and it's still pretty bright. So thank you for tuning in this Sunday, fun day, Sunday afternoon. As people are hopping on, please, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Hey, Asen. Hey, Justin, you guys are watching. Ooh, the sun just came out. Bright in my eyes. We are all freshly back here at Rythmia after a week break, as you may know if you've been watching all of our Facebook Lives. Apparently I got a little bit of color. Line out by the pool. All right, so we are live, and I'm gonna flip this around, and you can see who's late to the party. Mr. Kenneth, doing his warm-up stretches. All right, I'm gonna hand this over to you. I'm trying to be right on time with you for you guys, because I've been notoriously late. So 2 p.m. on the nose. Here we are, live from Rythmia. And since we're at it, I guess let's just get this done. Let's just do a little bump date. Bump date.
That is
Week 35 commences today. This little nugget. I'm sweating in places I didn't know I could sweat. It is so hot. She's getting heavy, but she's super healthy. A couple little ladies, Ingrid and Tatiana, who work in the restaurant, just had a nice little session of baby kicks. Feeling her enjoying the smoothie that I just made. I am wearing a pair of pre-pregnancy shorts, and I'm not going to show you, but they are held on by an elastic band. Really classy. But they got some stretch to them, so I'm feeling good. Yeah, 5 weeks to go. 5.5 weeks to go till the big day. So I'll be here at Rythmia for the 4, and I'll work up almost to the very end. And then I'll be taking a little bit of time off. I'm only going to be taking a couple weeks off of the Facebook Lives around my actual birth of my baby, but as soon as I'm up to it, we'll be doing a Facebook Live from my house. You guys can all meet the little nugget when she arrives. All right, let me call you guys up over here. I told myself moving forward, I'm going to try to keep these Facebook Lives to about 20 minutes. I've noticed the last few weeks that I've done that, I think I've been able to get my point across and get you guys out the door a lot sooner than holding you here talking nonsense for 45 minutes every Sunday. So I'm going to try to do that, and it's going to help me retain some extra energy in the heat of this last month of pregnancy. So that's my plan, so I'm going to get right into it. Oh, we got lots of people watching already. Stephanie is saying hello from Sedona, Arizona. Justin's watching. Yeah, how's Kobe? She's great, Justin. She's doing so well. She's so healthy. So healthy, in fact, that my doctor, instead of having me back for every 2 weeks after my 32-week appointment, he's like, just come back in a month, come back in 4 weeks. She's doing really well, so that's good. Jeff Harding is saying hello to Meg and Kenneth. Stephanie's saying beautiful. Thank you guys for all the love. So we're doing, as you've seen, hot and saucy. We're going to talk about some salsa picante recipes here today. And yes, last week I talked about the diet, and spicy foods is one of the things that it said, best to avoid in excess in and around herbal support therapy, aka ayahuasca plant medicine ceremony. But if you're like me, I can't help myself. I love hot sauce. So we're going to do 3 really quick recipes here today, but I want to touch base with you real quick because next week we're going to be doing a Facebook Live, knock on wood. If everything goes as planned, I'm going to be doing an official announcement of my new cookbook. If you didn't know, I already have 2. This is one that I wrote back in 2013, Map Wellness Morsels, available on my website, megpearson.ca. And I've also written this one for Rythmia. This one I wrote in 2017, so we're well overdue for the companion to this. So I've done, this one was just a weird compilation of just the most requested recipes back in 2017. So what I've gone ahead and done is made a version that's all about the most requested sauces and sweets. And here's a little sneak preview of the cover. Front cover, back cover. Really, really excited about it. It's very colorful, very different look than my original one, but this is Miracle Meals 2.0 Sauces and Sweet, a companion to Miracle Meals. So you will be happy to know that we're going to have these available in the gift shop here at Rythmia. I'm just waiting for a big print order to arrive, and I'm going to have it available on Amazon. I'm going to also have it on the iTunes bookstore, and it's going to be on Kindle. So that's going to be happening very soon. We're going to have an official announcement coming up. Next Facebook Live, I'm going to share some of the recipes from it, and then it's also going to be coming out in the newsletter once it is available online for you guys to all purchase if you're interested. So enough about that. let's get hot and saucy, shall we? Because it is hot and spicy up in here. It's so warm. And I've talked about this before in the past, but you know, Indian food, a lot of it is spicy, and people think it's crazy that people want to eat hot and spicy food in India. But eating spicy things and temperature warm things actually is great for helping cool you off, because that activates all of your cooling sectors of the body and makes you sweat and things like that. And sweat is actually just your body's way of naturally wanting to cooling itself down. It's like a built-in air conditioning system. So having a little bit of hot food can actually help cool you off a little bit in the heat of the summer. And it is officially summer now in North America. I know, what was Thursday, Friday, June 21st, summer solstice, longest day of the year. Kick off to the official summer holiday, so that's awesome. Congratulations, all you folks up north. So let's get to it, shall we? So we're doing 3 different things. We're going to do 2 hot sauces that require heat and 1 that is 100% raw. So the first thing we're going to do is just something really simple, and it's something that I've fallen in love with lately, and it is a hot honey. And this has been something that you probably maybe have seen a lot if you're into the food blog scene and stuff like that, but hot spicy honey. So it's that beautiful juxtaposition of sweet, sweet honey and spice. And you can use many different types of peppers. And today what we're choosing to use is the humble jalapeno pepper. What was that a commercial for? There was a commercial like 10 years ago on TV. Doritos maybe, and she was like, I love my jalapeno pepper flavor. And she meant jalapeno, and I always think it's we're going to use the green jalapeno, and that's because that's what we had in abundance today in the kitchen. If you don't know, if you don't use them very often, first of all, whenever I'm using large amounts of hot and spicy chili peppers, I always wear myself some gloves. I have a pair of reusable ones at home that I use, kitchen gloves that I use when I'm cutting anything hot and spicy, but here in the kitchen for sanitary reasons, they have disposable rubber gloves. But make sure you're arming yourself, especially if you're cutting like huge amounts. Like here, look at this, chopped up like big bowls. It's a lot of heat. If you get that into like a paper cut or a crevice in your finger, or if you're cutting them and then you touch your eyeball, bad idea. Because the heat does not come from the skin, it primarily comes from the insides, the seeds, and the, what's that, ribs. So like this fleshy bit, that's where a lot of the heat is, and the seeds. So if you're dealing with jalapenos, always wise to check the heat level, because every jalapeno is different. Sometimes you get a bunch, sorry, and there might be a couple that aren't even spicy at all. They just have the jalapeno taste, and other ones will be super, super spicy. So you just got to be wary of that. And know that if you want a little bit less spice, just remove the ribs and the seeds. As you can see, I did roughly for some of these. I just got rid of the seeds and peeled back some of the ribs. You can be a bit more, I did it pretty rustically because I was in a hurry. But that's the lessons of the day. So what I've got going here on the stove here, on this little cooktop, is that on? Yes. This is honey. So I've got 2 cups of honey here, and yes, there is some scientific evidence that heating honey can be bad for it. It breaks down certain compounds and blah, blah, blah. But we're just going to heat it very, very minimally, because that's going to help in steep the flavor of the jalapeno pepper that I'm going to toss in. I'm just tossing in 1 jalapeno pepper because it is a big one. It was a little bit bigger than this one to start, so I'm tossing that in with the honey, and I'm going to let that come up to just where it starts to bubble. And then I'm going to take it off the heat and let it steep for about 20 minutes. And this is just going to help bring the heat from the peppers into the honey. Now you could use any kind of pepper you want, like a serrano chili. I don't know a ton about chilies because I don't use a lot outside of these ones. The jalapeno, serrano, and I use chipotle chilies, and
Panameño, sí.
which look like ghost peppers, but they're not ghost peppers. Ghost peppers, I think.
Like a bells.
What's that?
Like a bell.
Yeah, they're like, here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Because the ghost peppers, I think, are one of the hottest ones out there. Ghost pepper. But you can buy them, they're very popular in no, not what it is. Pepper. Now, there we go. See a video though, for some reason. Dun dun dun. Give me an ad. No thanks. they, you know what they look like, different types of. Now I'm like, what? I don't know what they're called, so I don't know what to Google. Hot peppers, because we call them chili panameña here, right, Kenneth?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Someone can help me out here and tell me what the name of these peppers are. Okay, so there's a bunch of them in this picture. Okay, this is a good one here. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so look at it. So name those peppers. Jalapeno. Serrano, right? This is, quite often they're pickled, right? I can't remember the name of them. But these ones, they look like this. And we get them in multiple different colors. They're like these wrinkly little miniature. They're like, this is like a sweet bell pepper, right? So they're like a lot, like a sixth of the size, and they're wrinkly, thin skinned. I use those quite often in a lot of my hot sauces. And they're used often in Jamaican cuisine. And anyone that's watching, tell me what they're called in like English. Anyone? 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 Euler? George Bell is saying hi from Ontario. Jeff Hardy is saying, I'm busy when you were talking about your new book. Is it out to purchase yet? Not yet. It might be live on Amazon already, but not officially. I had it on an early pre-buy thing, but I think that ended. It's definitely going to be announced next week. We've got Stephanie watching from Sonoma, Arizona. I think I already read that. Beautiful. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to yabber on, so let's get to the recipes. Oh, look at that, it's boiling. And just like that, I distracted myself just long enough. Hey, can you smell that heat? You can actually smell the heat. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to let this just steep. You can, ooh, yeah, you can smell the heat coming off. I'm just going to let that there to steep for the rest of the Facebook Live. And then what I'll do, once that is steeped for 20 minutes, I will strain it into a jar, because we want to take the peppers out so that it doesn't continue to heat. So I'll check it to see if it's as hot as I want it, and if it's not, then I'll let it sit a little bit longer, and then I'll just strain it into a jar like this. Once it's gone through room temperature, don't put it in the jar when it's still hot. Just let it come to room temperature. And then it'll be good for like 3 months. So you can just add that. It's really good drizzled onto avocado toast. Any savory dish, any curry dish. It's a really great little extra condiment to have on hand. So the next type of hot sauce we're going to do is another jalapeno one. This is a green hot sauce. So we're going to be using a lot. We're going to use, it's about 2.5 cups of jalapenos. That's the base, because this is a hot sauce. So we're not playing around here, kids. What else is going to add some heat here? Garlic. Lots of it. I'm using far more than the recipe calls for, because I love the heat of garlic. I'm going to add in some cilantro, and this is something I'm just adding in. It's in my original, it's not in my original recipe, but I like flavor, so I'm adding a big healthy handful of cilantro in there. I'm going to add in some green onion, cebollin.
Cebollin.
That's how we say it in Spanish here. Kenneth and I had a bit of a confusion when I was trying to tell them that this is what I needed to make sure we had. We got it all sorted out. So we got green, and this one is a great recipe because it's just gonna let the machine do the work. I'm gonna add in about 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and I like the sweet with the spice. It helps cut down some of the spice and the acidity because there's gonna be some acid from a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Should have grabbed some olive oil, but we'll be fine, I think, without it. A little bit of sea salt. And I'm adding this in impromptu as well. I'm going to add in the juice of a lime. A little bit more acid and liquid to help with the blend. So there's not much liquid in this currently. We're going to get it mixed, blending up, see how much liquid comes out of all the vegetables in there. And I'll add some extra water. I could add oil, but I'm going to use this as an oil-free version. I just want it to be able to blend up. So I'm just going to hand rinse. Put this on my blender. All right. Look at that. So just to combine, that's all I need to do here. So then the next step is we're going to let this come to a little bit of a simmer here on.
It's heavy.
Woo-wee! Hot sauce. And I'm going to heat this just to thicken it up, and also it's going to, just because this was raw, it's going to help elongate the shelf life of this particular hot sauce, because we're going to be killing off potential bacteria and all that good stuff. If you don't feel like making your own hot sauce, they've got plenty of delicious ones on the market. I do love me a good sriracha. Your local taco shop, probably taco restaurant, taco restaurant, probably has some really good house-made hot sauces that you can probably buy in the bottle. I know even here in my small town in Costa Rica, the taco shop has some really good homemade chipotles and jalapeno hot sauces and stuff like that. Are we still live? I'm frozen. You're still live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How am I doing for time? 2:17. I've got 3 minutes left to keep it under the. Oh, there I am. You got my program and preview monitor again. I've got 3 minutes to keep this under my timeline. So let's get rocking on the next one. And this is a version of a recipe that I've been making for several years here down in Costa Rica. And it is a sun-dried tomato-based one. So this is a really, really good one. So I've got about 2 cups of sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to put those into my food processor. And I'm doing it in the food processor because I like the texture of doing this in the food processor. 6 cloves of garlic. Again, flavor and spice. If you've ever eaten a lot of raw garlic, you know it's pretty spicy. This recipe is raw. So 2 tomatoes. Typically, I'm going to use some cherry tomatoes, and I have one amazing, super ripe, organic tomato that's almost too ripe to use in a salad. It's so juicy, so it's perfect for this recipe. So 2 types of tomatoes, and then we're gonna go for a third. So I'm adding in these grape tomatoes to be the equivalent of like 2 medium tomatoes. Our acid here is again going to be apple cider vinegar, so I got about ½ a cup. That's going to help blend it and give us a bit of a punch. And here I've got 2 tablespoons of honey, just for a little bit of a sweet component. I don't need so much sweet with this one because we've got the tomatoes themselves are quite sweet, because tomatoes are in fact a fruit. I always call them a vegetable, but they aren't. That's it. Could add in some herbs if I wanted to, some cilantro or basil, any of that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to blend this up. I like to have the, see, look at that, the chunks of the seeds. So you got the seeds. Did I put the hot peppers in there? I didn't put the hot spot, the peppers in. Not gonna be very hot. Oh, I was like, wait a second, those aren't jalapeno seeds. Those are just the sun-dried tomatoes. Rule number 1 in making hot sauce: make sure you put the hot component in the hot sauce. That's FYI. longer because it's going to take a little bit. And what I'm going to do is give Kenneth a little, you like it hot, right, Kenneth?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little deep fried patacone here. Kenneth's like, are you kidding? And I'm going to give you some of this to try. I won't be able to do this right now. I will die. Yeah, grab your cold water.
Got my water.
He got his water. And I mean, this hot sauce needs to go a lot further. There shouldn't be a big chunk of jalapeno in it like that, but for Kenneth's sake today, there's going to be. And I'm going to finish blending that up so it's nice and smooth after the Facebook Live's done. We don't need to have that loud sound. So Kenneth just tried the green one. Here, give me the camera. What do you think?
This one is spicy,
The jalapeno one.
but it has sweet in the end.
Yeah.
The great balance.
This one here. Because it's got the brown sugar in there, and it's got the nice herbs.
I'm feeling scary with this one.
He's scared, so he's scared about the tomato one. So look at how much I put on there, right? You got this, Kenneth. You got this. Keep your water. I should get you a glass of milk. Or is that an old wives' tale? The whole milk helps with heat. Did you get a bite with jalapeno in it?
More spicy, but the sun-dried tomatoes make the balance.
They make the balance because they're sweet, right? So then they have a nice depth of flavor.
It's not, like a fire, because
It's sweet and then the heat comes, yeah?
exactly.
Yeah. And all of these hot sauces actually
Spaghetti.
with spaghetti, yeah.
Spaghetti saute.
With all of these hot sauces are really better after some days of time together. So once I get these fully blended, and I'll let the green one cool off as well, then we'll jar them. And I'll probably put the green one in a jar like this because it's super runny. When it's done, it's not super thick. So I'll put it in a jar like this so you can just
Wait a
drop
minute.
little bit. And then, what, was it backwards? Oh. They can still hear me. And then this red one in particular freezes really well. So if I don't feel like I'm going to use a ton of it, it's really good with like Mexican recipes, this particular recipe. It freezes really well, so you can freeze half the batch and then keep half the batch in the fridge, and it'll be good in the fridge for a couple of weeks. Well, a few weeks. If you want it to last a little bit longer, just add more vinegar. So that, my friends, is all we have. And our honey over here, don't forget about our sweet, sweet, spicy honey. Kenneth? He's getting sweaty. So Kenneth is going to give that one a little bit of a try. That one is nice, a nice balance. And like I said, on avocado toast, if you're like a sweet and savory, so if you like to do like waffles with sausages and stuff like that, that's a really great one for like a sweet, savory breakfast. So that's all I have to say today, my friends. If you have any ideas, as per usual, please send me a message. I'm going to be trying to cover a vast variety of topics over the next few months. And I'm going to try to keep them down to about less than 25 minutes, just because I know people have busy lives. And I think I got bit by something here during this Facebook Live. I'm a little bit hot and spicy in my arm. That's it, that's all. We're going to finish up these recipes, and then I'm going to go have a cranial massage. Then we're going to get rocking and rolling with this whole amazing week here at Rythmia. Jerry is our amazing guest speaker. He's doing his economics course, so we'll let you know how that goes this week. It's going to be amazing. I'm sure the guests are going to have a lot of amazing things to say about that, and hopefully we'll be doing that again in the future. I don't know what, I'm coughing. Because of all the spice, actually. It's like you could breathe in the heat coming off of this pot of hot jalapeno hot sauce right now. So I'm going to turn that off. Have a beautiful Sunday. Happy summer. Big love to you guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye bye.